A backstage view at your Bergen County Zoo. People everywhere flock to zoos to observe strange and interesting wildlife that, well, you just don't see every day. But what people don't often pay attention to is the hard work involved in maintaining the animal habitats. I'm Jeff Hollis for Carpe Diem, and we visited the Bergen County Zoo at Van Zoon County Park, where we went behind the scenes to look at what it really takes to care for these exotic creatures. From spider monkeys to snow owls, from pythons to bobcats, how does a zoo manage to take care of a wide variety of animals from different climates and different environments in a single location?
The Bergen County Zoo is a nationally accredited facility, meaning we achieve certain standards of professionalism in our operation. 2,000 USDA licensed animal exhibiting facilities in the United States. There are only 218 accredited zoos. So it's really a unique and small group and a very privileged group that manage those, to keep those standards. So that's all on the staff. I mean, I'm sort of overseeing things and telling them, what we need to do here and there, but they're the ones that make it happen. And the volunteers as well play a huge role in those things. They bring an element to the public that the staff, it's a small staff. It's less than 20 people that run this entire zoo. It's a labor of love, so to speak. So you have people that really care about the animals and really love them and are very knowledgeable about the animals that they're caring for. And I think there's just a great sense of personal reward on the part of the staff that works here, and that's why they do it, quite honestly. It's certainly unique work. It's not every day that you get to come to work and anesthetize mountain lions and things like that. So it's really unique, certainly.
I'm a zookeeper here. Basically what I do is I take care of the animals by feeding them, giving them proper diet, and also cleaning their exhibits and making sure that they're healthy and enriched. The animals need a certain diet, nutrition that the zookeepers make. We cut them up differently, and we either boil the food, or chop them up in a different way for their special needs and their eating habits. And also we like to enrich our animals by putting them in different types of puzzles or boxes and toys, so that for scavenging or foraging purposes, just to keep them getting their mind stimulated like they would in the wild. We have a big variety here. Our big animals that a lot of people enjoy here are the mountain lions, and we also have rheas and porcupine and alligators in the summertime. We also have a wetland aviary that people can enjoy in the spring, summertime. Also, we have a variety of South American animals that are exotic, like guanacos, capybaras, and anteaters.
The zookeepers at the zoo, we get to work with all the animals in the zoo. We rotate around to different sections. So our zoo is broken up into sections we call domestic and wild. And the domestic section includes our farmyard animals, as well as the bison and elk from the plains. And then our wild section is kind of two big sections, includes a lot of the animals from South America, the 3 different cat species, mountain lions, bobcats, and ocelots. So the special responsibilities that we have as a zookeeper, besides just our regular routine taking care of the animals, each of us has different interests and responsibilities that we take on. I work with a scarlet macaw to train her. Most of the behaviors we're working on include things to help her be more comfortable with vet and regular husbandry, or things that make her healthy. And usually macaws are not solitary, but we do keep ours by themselves. So she doesn't have an individual that will preen her for her, so I help getting her used to being handled and touched. and making her comfortable around the humans and keepers that she works with.
Right now, my favorite animal, which I'm proud to say, is golden lion tamarin, which are marmosets. They're small monkeys, and I do training with them at least 3 to 4 times a week. They're about the size of your thumb. They're pretty small when they're born, and they're amazing animals. They're endangered, and right now they're under a series of conservation projects, so it's pretty exciting.
Whether the zoo is open or not, there are still animals to care for all year round. What happens to these animals in the winter?
Well, any animals that can't take cold weather, and surprisingly to a lot of people, there are a lot of animals from the tropics that can take the cold. They don't have to where they live, but they can adapt to cold weather. So we do have a lot of tropical and subtropical species that will stay out all winter. But those that can't, which includes certainly reptiles that can't regulate their own temperatures, and some of the tropical birds and things like that, we have facilities right here at the zoo. None of the animals leave the property. Everything stays here at the zoo.
In the springtime and summer, we take the animals that are accustomed to the summer weather and the high temperatures. They can go outside, and winter animals usually would stay outside if they need to.
Well, things like ocelots. An ocelot is a small spotted cat, lives in southern Texas down through Central America into South America. It's always associated as either an arid or a tropical environment species, and they stay out all winter. More surprisingly than that is our spider monkeys. Spider monkeys are a large tropical monkey from Panama, and purely a tropical species. And they have a heated holding facility that they spend a lot of time in the winter. But even in a 30-degree day, if the sun's out, the spider monkeys will come out and sit in the sun and enjoy themselves.
The Bergen County Zoo isn't just a place to see exotic creatures. It also provides a variety of educational services that appeal to both kids and parents alike.
And we have some animals that are used in education, a lot smaller things like reptiles that can be handled, some birds, and then just some animals that are kept off exhibit.
The building that we're in now is called our Education and Discovery Center. It was opened about 3.5 years ago, and we greatly needed a facility like this because we have a large education department. We do programming for lots of school groups, and we needed it for that. And while we were building a facility like this, we thought there should be an element in it that the general park visitor could take advantage of, and that's what the Discovery Room portion of it is, where they can come in and see some of the animal displays that we don't exhibit out in the zoo, like reptiles and amphibians, because they need to be climate controlled, as well as things for younger kids to do and discover. I mean, that's why it's called a Discovery Center.
Every year, the zoo hosts a seasonal exhibit as an optional fundraising program. For the last several years, they've had a butterfly exhibit, and now they've decided to change it up a bit.
So this year, the exhibit's called Budgie Encounter, and what a budgie is just the proper term for what we all know as a parakeet. So the exhibit will have approximately 500 free flight parakeets in there, and the public can walk in among the birds and interact with them. We will encourage them to let the birds land on them and sit on them. We'll provide them with feeding sticks where they can actually feed the birds. And we expect it to be a lot of fun, very popular program.
They're building a new exhibit for coati, which is kind of the equivalent of a raccoon. It's a South American or Central American animal.
Right now, the director and zoo staff is implementing a canyon country, which is basically a Midwest look to the zoo, which will include lots of different animals, peregrines and bears.
There's more to a zoo than just the entertainment aspect. Zoos throughout the country strive to maintain the habitats of rare and exotic animals only found on roads less traveled.
Because we are little, it's important to us that we be as good as we can be. You're not here just to show animals to the public, you're here to kind of make a difference if you can. So it's the conservation work that we're doing that really is the most important.
As you can see, a great deal of work goes into the caring for the animals at any zoo. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to go back there right now to visit more of my animal friends. Once again, for Carpe Diem, I'm Jeff Hollis.